Reading practice, improve your pronunciation in English. Plastic waste, or plastic pollution, is the accumulation of plastic objects in the Earth's environment that adversely affects wildlife, wildlife habitat, and humans. It also refers to the significant amount of plastic that isn't recycled and ends up in landfills. In the UK, for example, over 5 million tons of plastic are consumed each year and yet only 1/4 of it is recycled. In the developing world, this plastic waste is thrown into unregulated dump sites. The 3/4 that aren't recycled enter our environment, polluting our oceans and causing damage to our ecosystem. In less developed countries, the majority of plastic waste eventually ends up in the ocean, meaning that marine animals are especially at risk. So much of what we consume is made of plastic, such as plastic bottles and food containers, because it's inexpensive, yet durable. However, plastic is slow to degrade, taking over 400 years or more, due to its chemical structure, which presents a huge challenge. Reducing plastic consumption, and raising awareness about plastic recycling, are crucial if we are to overcome the problem of plastic waste, and pollution on our planet. Since the late 20th century, we have depended on plastic as an affordable, versatile, and durable material. However, since the majority of plastic materials take centuries to degrade, all of the plastic that has been sent to landfills in the UK still exists, and yet we're still producing and consuming more of it. That plastic has to go somewhere, and it's frequently either dumped carelessly on land, or in rivers in developing countries, before ending up in the ocean, where it threatens marine life. The fact is, we simply can't cope with the amount of plastic on our planet, nor the amount that continues to be produced. For this reason, our attitudes and behaviors towards plastic must change, to ensure a safe and healthy future for our planet. Plastic waste in our oceans is a global problem, but how does our rubbish enter the water in the first place? In many cases, specifically in more developed countries, plastic waste is disposed of responsibly and sent to facilities to be sorted, recycled, or recovered. However, plastic waste generated in developing countries typically ends up in open unregulated dump sites, or is thrown into rivers and streams. Plastics from dump sites can be blown by winds into bodies of water, such as nearby rivers, before being carried out to sea. Another problem is the volume of plastic that is exported to developing nations from Europe, the US, and Japan. Recycling standards in developing countries do not compare to standards deployed in the developed world. As such, releasing plastics into the environment is causing significant environmental damage. Each year, approximately 8 million tons of plastic end up in our oceans. Some researchers predict that this figure could double by 2025, while others suggest there could be more plastic than fish in our oceans by 2050. Over time, ocean currents pull rubbish into the center, resulting in huge gyres of plastic developing. The largest is in the North Pacific, between Hawaii and California, which contains 1.8 trillion pieces of plastic. Eventually, this pulling motion in the gyre causes plastic objects to break down into multiple smaller pieces, polluting the environment and making plastic waste easily swallowed by marine animals.